Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Millionaire the Moon. I'm your host, Messin, and along this journey with me is Brendan. He's also a. Would you
I
be a
am the
co-host?
CEO. I am the CEO of
A
Amelionorate Moon.
co-host.
My
You're a
preferred
co-host.
pronouns are Zim Zer. That
Okay.
is how I'd like to be
Or
referred to.
dumb ass,
No, Zim
maybe.
Zer. And you better check the email list because I'll be updating you on my changing genders moving forward.
Perfect.
But for now, folks, we have some very important Hex news. Before we delve into that, I'd like to maybe announce our new sponsorship deal we have. Maybe you can let the people
I'm
know
so
about
excited, man.
new
I'm actually so
sponsors.
excited. It's guys, everything that failed within crypto, BlockFi, Terra Luna, Celsius, Three Arrow Capital, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Bored Ape, ApeCoin, everything. We got the email today in the morning. They're like, "Hey, man, we gotta get sponsored, and we want to sponsor you guys." And we're just very proud to be a part of this successful team, man.
Well, but
I
I
mean,
don't
sure,
understand.
they lost
Did
all their
something
money
happen? I haven't been keeping it. Did
with
something
Terra
happen?
Luna and Celsius.
Yeah.
No, everything's peachy, man.
I think
Everything's just going well.
I don't think there's a problem, right?
No, they're not just targeting young influencers. They're small enough. Yeah, no, that's where we're at right now.
Well, that's perfect. Well, then let's just talk about the news.
All right, well, let's just do it.
All right.
We got an article to talk about, man. PulseX got mentioned in Bloomberg. We don't really know. We're trying to get to the details of it. We don't know who paid. I think it's $200 a pop per article. But we're on Bloomberg, man. What are they saying about the Richard Hart ecosystem here? What do you got?
Yeah. So look, just to mention kind of a couple snippets from this article here. Olga Karif is from Bloomberg is saying, there's more than 100,000 devotees to the little-known token called Hex, and I honestly appreciate that kind of language because it reminds me of how early we are. They're going to explain that you can stake Hex in around average 30% annual return. They're going to explain how Richard Hart's kind of the head figure, his marketing, his tracks, his outrage marketing, that kind of stuff. But let me ask you, man, before we go on, what do you think of Richard's kind of approach to outrage marketing?
Honestly, man, I don't really think it adds too much in general. But it is what it is. That's what the people want to talk about.
If it gets
Um,
attention.
I guess it gets attention, but you can argue whether it's the good attention or the bad attention. I don't think we're in the business of any attention is good attention. I don't think we're in a celebrity business like that. But again, he could have some sort of a plan for it, and I don't know how that translates to the Hex having like some sort of like a marketing department or whatever the case might be. I don't know, but in general. What I think about it, I personally don't like it, but it is what it is, man. Like you can't
You're
really
gonna get a lot
comment
of
much
hate,
on.
man.
I don't care about it. That's what it is. I really don't care about it. But he's putting in the work. He's putting in the work, and he's up. He's trying to onboard new people. I guess that's what it is. He's getting, he's moving into newer markets. He's going to different podcasts. He's up. He's trying something, right? Which is actually good to see. But for the most part, does that translate to the price? I don't know if it does. So that's where I'm at, but maybe I'm wrong. So I just want to see some sort of proof that this is where it's at. Like, is the price gonna go up?
Well, yeah, and look, what I kind of take away from this article is just the fact that Hex and Richard Hart is finally getting some kind of acknowledgement, and I wonder if that'll continue to change. And I wonder,
And we see it right now. We saw like a Bloomberg article about Hex. So that's
yeah,
obviously something is working, right?
yeah, look, and I wonder what's going to be the catalyst that brings Hex to kind of the mainstream view of things. Because look, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, the way Hex was kind of marketed initially, and with Richard Hart's outrage marketing, there are a strong element of, let's say, more conservative, uh, dispossessed people that kind of easily dismiss Hex kind of due to the way it's marketed. But if you kind of break down the fundamentals and realize that the smart contract is sound, then perhaps you would come to the conclusion that it's just a matter of time before the fundamentals outweigh kind of just the surface level marketing.
Right.
Um, right. And so, man, we're starting to kind of pierce through that veil. And look, I think, I don't know about you, but I think Pulse Chain is the Trojan horse that's gonna, sneak in Hex to the masses, show them expose the masses to Hex, and is what's gonna bring true mass adoption to something like Hex. What do you think?
100%. Because that's why you at the end of the day everything needs to be marketed well. At the end of the day, regardless of how good the product is, we need to market it, right? So there's so many businesses that fail just because of their market. You'd have a good product and everything, but the marketing is not that well rounded, and then you end up getting lost in the weeds. But again, what I like about Richard is that he keeps on tapping newer markets. He understands how extremely important it is to onboard new users into Hex. And now, he's just making noise. That's how I see it. Whether it's with the tracksuits, whether it's with talking about, the sizes of different body parts, whether it's him bringing on Playboy models or going on podcasts that are, with different niches. That's good to see, guys. That's obviously what we need. But again, is that going to translate to the price? Only time can tell. And is that going to translate to newer users? Again, only time can tell. But we're seeing that. And I think there's another, I'm not sure if it was a CNN host or I think it was CNN host that recently said, hey, someone tagged them. They're like, yeah, let's just get Richard Hart on your news channel. And they said, yeah, only if he brings his watches or whatever. So look, I think Richard Hart on Twitter is pretty well seen. So the Hex community is seen. There's no post that you go on Twitter without finding someone from the Hex community commenting, Hex is the best thing ever, or Pulse is going to take over the world. So the Hex community is pretty loud on Twitter, and I think that's because everybody's on the same page. The leaders is doing what he wants to do with the marketing and all that, and the community's following. And I think it's a resilient community in general, man. So only good things can happen from there. So far, yeah, like you're saying, we're piercing through the veil and the gatekeeping and all that. Let's see how that translates to the price, and we should all be excited for it, man.
Would you say there's more downside, or is the bottom in?
For Hex, I do think there's a bit more downside. Yeah, I think we're gonna hit the 1 cent, but I could be wrong. But I do think that's where the VPVR shows the most trading activities at. So I think, to me, closer to the 1 cent region. We went down to, I think, did we get to the 20, like 2 cents and ninth?
Just under 3 cents.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like, it's not like, oh, too crazy. It's like we're already there almost. So, but I do think it wants to touch that 1 cent.
Yeah, I mean, from here to 1 cent, I mean, it's it's actually significant, 70-ish% drop from here. But look, that's completely possible. Like we mentioned in previous videos, Bitcoin still looks weak. If Bitcoin's crashing to the low teens, then we're probably going to see a similar kind of major correction with Hex. So I would say 2 cent, 1.5 cent, even sub cent is definitely possible. And so me personally, I'm placing limit orders on Matcha.xyz at all these kind of green levels here. So I don't know if you guys want to, not financial advice, but this is where I'm personally placing limit orders to purchase and scoop up some more Hex. And let's say you mistime the market. Well, worst case scenario, you have more dry powder to buy Pulse Stream. That's all you think.
There you go, man. There you go. Alpha strategies you can only find on aMillionortheMoon. Thank you guys for joining in. We love y'all. Do we have anything else to talk about, or am I just too rushing?
Say check out our great sponsors, super solid players in the space, all with longevity. I'm not sure. I haven't checked into the markets recently. I had a thing, and so I'm not sure if anything's gone on, if there's been any kind of major news. But check out Terra Luna, Celsius, 3 Arrows Capital. Last I checked, there's absolutely nothing wrong with those with our sponsors whatsoever. Like and subscribe. My gender pronouns are Zimzer.
We're getting canceled. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.